Hi students, I wanted to talk to you about how to make a good note for the math map, what that would look like. So I'm going to go ahead and log into the practice test. And I'll select grade, math, English, practice items, math. So our expectation is that you highlight keywords in the question. So I'm going to take a look at this question. Manuel paid 34 cents for gum. He gave a clerk $1. Which picture shows the correct change? And remember what they said on the video for highlighting, that sometimes you can't highlight graphics, and this is obviously a graphic because I can't highlight it. So right now I'm going to activate my eliminator, but before I even start eliminating, I'm going to work my problem. And so I'll show you what I would do. Since this is question number 1, I would write a 1, and I'm going to divide my paper into 6 because I think I could get 6 problems on a page. And then I'm going to put a number 1 up in the corner, and that way I can show that I have which number I'm working on. And then when I look at my problem, it says he paid 34 cents and he gave the clerk $1. So this is a subtraction problem. And I know that because the clerk has to subtract the cost of 34 cents from the dollar. So I'm going to go back to my notes and I'm going to write 1.00, which represents $1. And then I'm going to write 34 cents as a decimal, minus 34. This is my work. I am not copying down the problem. I'm not copying down the answers. That is not showing your work. So when the teachers are going to be walking around, we're going to be looking, giving you stickers when we see you doing quality work. We won't know the right answer, but we will know what quality work looks like. Quality work is not copying the question down. So we shouldn't see anyone copying the question down. We would see you showing your work, your mathematical thinking. So now I'm going to go ahead and solve this problem. I'm going to regroup. And 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 3 is 6. And I put my decimal, I drop my decimal down. There's my work. I can go look now at my answers, and I see that they have them written in coins. This is where I might write A is 76 cents. B, 66. Because I actually have to do the math in my head. So I'm saying 25 plus 25 plus 10 plus 5 plus 1. When I add all that up, I get 66. C, 50, 61. I'm actually writing these down, and I'll show you what I did. And then D, I have 3/4, so I have 75, plus 10 is 85, and 1 more is 86. And then E is 50 plus 5 is 60, plus 1 is 61. So, this is the work I wrote. I wrote down the amounts of each coin. Now I can look at this. I see that they're trying to fool me with two answers that are actually exactly the same, 61 cents and 61 cents. Those are both wrong. So when I go to my question, I can go ahead and eliminate 61. So I can eliminate C and I can eliminate E. Now I see 3/4 here and 3/4 here. That is too much because we said 66 was our answer, 66 cents. So I know these are wrong also because they are too much. So that leaves me with B, which when I add it up, I get 50 plus 10 is 60, plus 5 is 65, plus 1 is 66. So now my work matches my answer. Let's do one more. So now I'm ready to move on to the next question. If I look at this question, I can highlight. Activate my highlighter. That's the first thing I should do. Marshall buys a pencil for 12 cents and a sticker for 5 cents and has no money left over. How much did Marshall pay in all? Move a number and a symbol to show. So here is some symbols, and here is the numbers I'm going to be choosing from. But before I even look at any of those, I need to show my work. 12 cents and 5 cents. So I go to my paper, I put a number 2, and it said in all, which means I'm going to add 5 cents to 12 cents. Notice I didn't just write 12.5. I put in my decimal point because I know that money has decimals. 5 plus 2 is 7. 0 plus 1 is 1. I drop my decimal. Here is my answer. Now I can go look at the question again, and I can eliminate. Well, this one you can't eliminate answers because it doesn't have A, B, C, D, E. But in my head, I can eliminate this. I would use the $sign if I had a decimal. But in this one, I don't have a decimal. So I could go back to my work, and I could write that this is the way I do this, but 17 cents is how I write it with a cent sign. This is how I write it with a $sign. So I need a cent sign next to my answer because when I looked at the question, there were no decimal points. So I'm going to go ahead and select 17, and then I'm going to go ahead and select cents. So in this case, I am not writing down or using my eliminator tool, but I'm writing down the answer, the question, work. I also did write down, if you notice, I wrote down a couple words and underlined them in all. And I'm going to put a plus sign here. So this is how you show effective work. I'm not copying the question. I'm not copying the answers. I'm engaging with the question and I'm showing my work, the mathematical work for the question. Well, I know that I hope that this will help you understand the difference between just copying the answer down and showing your work. But our expectation is that while you're doing the map test, you are showing your work. You are not just copying answers. Got it? Good luck. Try your best. And remember, if you start feeling fatigued, my suggestion is you request a break. Bye-bye.